Hey everyone, this is Frosty, and today I'm going to be talking about game releases that I am looking forward to this year in 2012. So this is going to be split into three parts. Today we're just going to be talking about role-playing games, and there are three that I'm going to be talking about. We're going to start off with Borderlands, venture a little bit into Guild Wars 2, and then finish off with some South Park RPG. Starting off with Borderlands 2, if you've never played this before, it is a first-person action RPG, and it kind of has like a comic book, cel-shaded style to it, which is really unique, and this is a up to four player co-op campaign mode that you can play. And there are four characters that you can choose from. You can be Salvador, which is a dual-wielding gunner. You can be Maya, which is some girl psychic. And you can be Axton, which is going to be a soldier who uses turrets. And there is finally Zero, who is a ninja assassin who could duplicate himself, go invisible, and slice people in half. Now, this game is going to be available on the PC, Xbox, and PlayStation with available split screen on those two consoles. Plus, I should also mention to you guys, the one big thing about Borderlands is the weapons. There's so many weapons in this game, and that's because they have randomly generated items, so the weapons that are going to be coming up will have different damage, different accuracy, different range, everything's different. So you get a lot of variety, you can choose your perfect weapon that's good for you. I should mention as well that vehicles are going to be in this game. They were in the original Borderlands, but in the original Borderlands you can only fit 2 characters into a vehicle. This time you can fit all 4 into those land vehicles, plus they're going to have some air ones as well. And you're actually going to be able to even see all the old characters from the original Borderlands in Borderlands 2. Now they're not going to be playable, but they will be in-game, so you can just look at them, and I think they're going to be part of the story, which is really awesome. That's all on Borderlands I have for today. This is going to be released on September 18th, and that's it for Borderlands. Moving on to Guild Wars 2, if you haven't heard about this, then I am quite surprised. It is an RPG MMO, and there are 5 races that you can choose between. There is the Char, which is like a big beast kind of guy that you can be, but you can be a woman as well. There is the Sylvari, which is probably what I'm going to be because it's like the most girly race. And that is kind of like the tree people, I would call them. And they've apparently never died, and they're fascinated with death. I'm going to play them. They can be green, and they look pretty. Then there are, of course, the Norns, which are kind of like Nords, basically. You know, they're big barbarians. Humans, well, you guys should know about humans. And then finally there is the Asura, and the Asura is kind of like, I don't know how to quite describe him. He kind of has big ears, he's short and small. That's how I'll describe him. And in Guild Wars, the original Guild Wars, you could have a secondary profession. But in this Guild Wars 2, you're only going to be able to choose one profession, and the professions you can choose from is Elementus, Warrior, Ranger, Necromancer, Guardian, Thief, Engineer, and Mesmer. And actually, another thing I should mention is there are hundreds of dyes, like hundreds of dyes to choose between. So if you want a specific color, you're going to be able to get it. And in the original Guild Wars, they had a lot of variety of colors, but I'm pretty sure this will have even more variety. Now, in Guild Wars, there's of course going to be the PvP that you can run around, do some dungeons with other players. But there's also 2 types of PvP. There's a structured PvP and a world PvP. Now the world PvP is somewhere you could just run around and fight other players in the game, and the structured PvP is, apparently it's really easy to jump into a game, to jump right into a game. It's not like you have to build up your team and then join. It's just you can jump right on into the game. But hey, if you actually do want to play with a team and be more of like in a serious tournament style, well, that is also available in the structured PvP, and will be a 5v5. Now, Guild Wars 2 will have a level cap of 80, and unlike World of Warcraft, Guild Wars will not have a monthly fee ever. And that's one thing I like about it, is I can take as much time as I want, and it won't cost me anymore, except the original fee that of course you're going to have to play. Anyways, that's all I got to talk about with Guild Wars. There should be some more announcements coming out for that, and it is going to be released sometime in 2012. Unknown to us yet, but I am looking forward to it nonetheless. finally I'm going to be talking about South Park the RPG, and this is something that I'm really looking forward to because of the fact that it's South Park, and it's a very comical, you know, it's going to be a comical game, it's a casual game, and you can be 5 classes, one of 5 classes, either a fighter, mage, thief, cleric, or a Jew. And of course they had to add in the Jew, and you're going to be the new kid in town who is trying to become friends with Stan, Kyle, Cartman, and Kenny, but I also see Butters is going to be in the game as well. And this is it's going to be a turn-based RPG. I was kind of worried that it might be a slow turn-based, because I've seen some really slow turn-based games, but I think they're going to make it a little bit more interesting with the timed button pushes, so you're going to have to be at the ready there, and they're also going to provide some different camera angles. Now in these battles you're going to be fighting against gingers, you're going to be fighting against the goth kids and the hippies, plus you might even be grabbing some chicken for Cartman. I should also tell you though that they're going to have like customizable skills, of course, and you can upgrade your gear, get better weapons, but the weapons and gear, well, I know at least the gear in this is going to be like household items, like a strainer for a hat, and like a rolling pin, and a golf club will probably be like your weapons. So I really kind of enjoy that they're kind of using like the household items, being really creative with it. Plus you can even get some coffee to give you a little bit extra of a speed boost during a fight, and each class is going to be a little bit different from the rest. I heard that the Jew, the lower on life you get, the stronger you get in the battle, so that's going to be, I'm curious. I'm really curious what the other races are going to have to offer. This is going to be released on the PC, PlayStation, and the Xbox as well, which is set to be released later on in 2012. And those are the 3 games that I'm looking forward to this year: Borderlands 2, Guild Wars 2, and South Park the RPG. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you're looking forward to any other RPGs this year that are going to be announced. That is all for today, and I'll see you guys in part 2.